I'm Lee Camp, and this is your moment of clarity. As many of you know, the Republican Party, a fully owned subsidiary of Koch brothers industry, has decided that their number one goal is to knock the knees out from under your average working man by destroying collective bargaining, pensions, health care, and unions in general. Luckily, Obama and the Democrats have stood up to this attack with the strength of an arthritic jellyfish. When I'm arguing with someone about unions and explaining that we need strong, healthy unions to have a high standard of living in this country, I'm always amazed that the person says, well, they slow down companies and make them unable to compete globally, so all the jobs go overseas. But don't you understand what goes on overseas in China and Indonesia and Bangladesh and other countries that 60% of Americans think are foods? Don't you understand what goes on over? Haven't you heard? It's workers crammed so tight they're sitting on each other's laps, working 20-hour shifts. If you lose a hand in the machine, the company doesn't stop the machine. They just announce that one lucky customer will find a wedding ring or a wristwatch in their instant baba ganoush. Bathroom breaks are a privilege awarded to those workers who have been with the factory over 3 years and lost not more than one appendage or eyeball. There is no maternity leave. There is no daycare. But they don't need daycare because you can watch your toddler yourself, seeing as he's working on the machine right next to you. Sexual harassment is frowned upon, except on special harassment days, which are held the first Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday of every week. You're paid 10 cents per hour, but don't go on a shopping spree just yet. You owe the company 5 cents per hour to rent the spot where you work and 1 cent per hour tip for the honor of working there. Point is, it's not a pleasant existence, and you, who claim to be pro-American, who wave the red, white, and blue when you so much as take a you want America to red, white, and blow. You want us to quote-unquote be competitive with that? I think we should run as far as possible from that. Like there's a rabid Kelly Ripa behind you, or a Kathy Griffin on 3 espressos seeking your approval, or an Arnold Schwarzenegger who thinks you have the antidote to paternity tests. We should run from this version of America you've envisioned, in which workers have no rights, cereal boxes have wristwatches inside, Triscuit boxes have wrists inside, and employee lunchrooms are sparkling clean because lunch isn't allowed. Being competitive sounds so wonderful, but there's another option: being better than, and that can be measured by workers' rights. During World War II, we could have been competitive with Hitler and seen how many Jews we could round up and how much of Canada we could invade and how silly a mustache we could have grown. And some people probably would have argued that if we weren't competitive with Germany, that all the good Jew-catching jobs would move overseas. But luckily, instead, we decided to be better than Germany, and we created our own American Jew-catching jobs. Wait, that's not right, but you get the point. Let's be better than the sweatshops overseas rather than trying to become them. I'm Lee Camp, and this is your moment of clarity. Get more of these at leecamp.net.
We got no plans at all. Evil man's always transcending. Follow like sheep, swallow everything. Always simpletons or pretending. We got no plans at all. Evil man's always transcending.